Hi, I'm Anthony from PLE.
And I'm Luke.
And today we're going to have a look at a new product. What is it, Luke?
So the new product we're going to be looking at today is the Johnsbow U1 Plus case. It's a new case from Johnsbow themselves in their classic style, and really excited to see what it's all about.
Yeah, nice. And what's so special about the case?
Well, the main thing that you've probably picked up on is that it's a really tiny case, and it's pretty exciting because it really is a tiny case. Like, there's no way around this thing. It really does just fit in the palm of your hand quite comfortably.
And where would you want to use a computer that small?
So the two big places that you'd want something this small, other than you just want a small PC, would be things like LANs, because it's nice and light, or something like a home theatre PC in your lounge room, as it doesn't really obscure much. And
we can get PCs smaller than this, but of course you have to go without some things.
Yeah, that's right. So this is probably the smallest you can really get. If you wanted a gaming PC, you can go for something like an Intel NUC, which is kind of this size, but you're really limited on what you can do with those things as they don't have dedicated graphics cards.
Yeah, that's a problem. So the build we're building today is one that we're actually using at the Flak Test National Championships for League of Legends, which is going to be held this weekend.
Yep.
And we've also had these builds up and running down at the last RF LAN as well. So if you're at RF LAN, you may have seen some there. So in relation to the specs of what we're building here today, I guess everyone can kind of see some of the parts that we're going to use, but just quickly run us through some of these specs.
Yeah, no worries. So we're going to start, obviously we're at the heart of the machine. So the i5 7400, cooling it with the DK03 Halo. We're running 8 gigs of Ripjaw memory, running a Kingston 480 SSD, just a single SSD, but that's cool. A little bit of extra cooling with a Noctua fan. The board we're going to be running is the Gigabyte B250M Phoenix board, with lovely built-in Wi-Fi, that nice form factor. The SF 450-watt power supply, an EVGA 1060 6GB card, and of course we're going to put some lighting in it.
Of course. It's got to be RGB, doesn't it?
Everything is RGB.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, I think maybe we'll get into the build.
Yeah, for sure.
And let's start getting it underway.
Yeah, no worries. We're going to be installing the graphics card next, which is an EVGA GTX 1060 6GB version. So the reason we picked this card in particular is it happens to be a small form factor style card. So I'm going to pull it out of the box now and show you what I mean by this. Here's the cards. So the 1060 itself is just a phenomenal card. There's a reason we picked it for this style of event and this style of build. It's probably the most versatile to cost efficient kind of card. A 1060 you're running just about any of the AAA titles at least medium to high settings. It really is that kind of level. But it's also great as it's quite cheap, so if you're running a system that's running, that you're playing a lot of the popular games these days, things like PUBG, Overwatch, any of the MOBAs, League, Dota, all those things. All of these things are running very comfortably on a 1060, which is why we chose them for this kind of event. They're great for stuff like LANs, as they will pretty much play anything, especially the competitive games, really nicely, with a nice cost as well. So this is the 1060. This is the reason we chose it. It's nice and small to fit in this lovely case. So there's a few people that are doing these ITX style cards. EVGA are probably the most popular, as they do it with a lot of their cards. But the ITX style GTX 1060, like I said, you're running just about anything, any of the major AAA titles at 1080p comfortably. The ITX form factor itself has been adapted to other cards. I believe Gigabyte are doing an ITX 1070. So if you have the extra money, you can put it into the 1070 ITX form factor. Like I said, it will drop into this build just as easily as they're the same size. And something like a 1070 is allowing you to do 1440p style games. And I believe there's just been an announcement from Gigabyte that they're going to be running a GTX 1080 in this form factor, which is pretty exciting, which really means that the limitations of these small ITX systems are slowly just being removed as they're able to cram more and more power into smaller and smaller cards. So look at this. It's like I said, single fan. In all honesty, I don't think you're really losing anything by being a single fan. I think these run just as nicely as anything else. And yeah, that's there it is. Tiny, matches the build perfectly. Great spec. So we're gonna get this installed now and see how we go. There we have our flak test fully built system. Alright, so our flak test PC is all complete and built. You can see it's running, my lighting strips are all working. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go and put a copy of Windows on this thing. It's some popular games on here, definitely League of Legends, and see how we're going to run. Alright guys, so we've going to put a copy of Windows on our PC that we built, and I've just loaded up a game of PUBG. And I'm just going to play around a bit to show you what kind of frames we're getting and what it looks like. So if you want to know our settings, we've got our graphics settings, and pretty much everything is sitting on Ultra for this game, and it all seems to be running pretty well. So I'm just going to roll around a bit, jump around, show you the frames, and yeah, to show you how smoothly it's currently running, all on Ultra. So as you can see, run around. I guess some falls or something happening. As you can see, we really aren't getting any kind of stuttering. You can see the FPS counter up in the top corner saying pretty much sitting above 60 the entire time. And really just running really smoothly. Alright guys, so we just jumped into a game of League of Legends. As these are going to be used at the flak test tournament, which is the League of Legends tournament, we thought we should show you guys how they perform. And as you can see, everything's buttery smooth as we expected. So if you notice in the top left, we've got the frames locked to 144, as we're using a 144 Hz monitor. So we really wanted to keep that nice and smooth and work with our own hardware. But we did have it uncapped, the frame rates, and we were sitting at a comfortable 200 to 250 most of the time. But as you can see, all running smoothly. Not really much more I can say about it, if I'm honest. It's playing really nicely, and I think the flak test guys are going to have a great time using these PCs. It's going to wrap up our video on the U1 case and also the flak test system that we've put inside of it. You guys have any questions about the case, the system, or anything related to it, please feel free to follow the link below. You'll find everything there you would ever need. So this has been our video. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.